What's up, everybody? It's Josh coming to you with another episode of the Affiliate Marketing Show. Please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest affiliate marketing news, tips, and trends. Once again, myself, Josh from OfferVault.com, the industry's largest aggregator of all things affiliate marketing. We also have Daddy Callbucks, Adam Young, as well as the industry legend, Harrison Gevirtz, plus our returning friend of the pod, special guest, my uncle. You know him, you love him. I slept on his couch for many months when I was first getting started in this industry. What's up, Darren Blatt, founder of the Affiliate Ball? How we doing?
What's up, nephew? How are you? It's good to have such a great cast here. I'm so lucky we have both Adam and
I know. The reason I was smiling for anyone watching is because Adam just hopped on during the intro, and to no one's surprise, he does not have a shirt on. What's up, Adam? You're in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, I'm on an island right now, so it's appropriate. I also don't have a shirt, and I got a calendar notification, and I was like, oh, Darren's on the pod. I'll come.
Awesome. I love it.
Love it.
I love it. Should I take my shirt off too, or is that inappropriate?
No.
Okay.
He has the exclusive.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
And
got
you know
an
what?
exclusive.
You know what, guys? You just saved me because I'm on Kauai right now, and I'm in Honolulu, and I was about to walk to this food truck that is in the middle of the forest. Delicious. And it just started torrentially downpouring. I would literally be like 1,000 feet away from this place.
Soaked.
So thank
Oh
you.
my God. Can you imagine Adam's body soaking wet? I'm so hard right now.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't.
Adam, what are you doing in Hawaii? I've been seeing some stories on Instagram. Is this more of like a creative escape to kind of reset and focus? I saw you're working on something. I won't be the one to say it if you want to share it, but I guess it's no secret. I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah, so I'm finishing proofing my next book. It's been through one round of editing. And so basically, after it goes through one round of editing, I print the whole thing and read it a few times, which is, it gets annoying to read your book like 25 times. But like you'll see later today, I'll do another post. I'm actually going to lay out the entire book on the floor of this place and then go through with a highlighter and a pen every single page and just give it a go. And then I'll have those notes typed. But the reason I came out to Hawaii was because I was standing in New York with Harrison, and he was like, hey, I have a plane on a runway with gas. Do you want to go to Hawaii? And I was just like, yeah, I need to film a bunch of content and edit my book. Really? He's like, yeah, I have a Gulfstream G4 SP sitting on the runway full of Jet A, and if you want it, it's yours. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
So get yourself a business partner who's got a little bit of tism, but make sure they're not into trains.
God.
Make sure that they're into planes.
I do like planes, and I'm clearly an environmentalist.
See, when I was actually wondering if you could get to Hawaii on a private jet, but you answered that question for
Oh
me.
yeah.
Not all
Okay.
of them, but some of them. Because you see, there's not many fuel stop options. Like none.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can't take a little one, Josh. You got to take a big one.
gotta take what you can go super mid and up if you want to get technical.
Josh has taken a lot of big ones before. Trust me, guys.
Yeah, I used to,
Yeah.
but now I'm trying to be more environmental, so I just focus on the smaller ones.
Well, it was nice. It was nice. I did some marketing videos for the jet business.
You did some you did some dancing videos. I saw that.
It was nice of the crew. Shout out to Carmen for taking the video. She and the rest of the crew was not interested in being in the video, but they dance partied with me after we stopped filming. So that was pretty good. And then I got a ton of work done on the plane.
I saw you went to Matt Zoe. I texted you, but I went to Jewish elementary school with Matt Zoe, and I didn't know he was Matt Zoe until a few years ago. And I was like, "Oh, Matt Zoe, Matan Zohar, that makes sense." But yeah, he's from England, but he came to Cleveland like when I was in elementary school, and it was wild, dude. The dude's he's killing it. That must have been fun though.
Yeah, bro, I was surprised. His set was amazing, and it was all locals. I've never seen anything like it. Like, this group of people was not bawling. And it was one of the most fun nights I've had because I literally showed up in the middle of GA with a bunch of Hawaiians who are just excited to party and listen to EDM. And I didn't know this, but they have an incredible shuffle scene on Oahu. And these kids were nuts. And then when I decided to go break in
I'm sorry.
to the shuffle scene,
What's the shuffle
Okay,
scene?
thank you, Harrison. Thank you, because I was
For
going to
those
ask
that are
too.
not
Yeah.
experts in dance, could we
shuffle
what's
dancing. Google it. It's ridiculous. I can't do it. Jason Williams told me I need to
Is it
immediately
like
learn how.
is it like the classic EDM like crazy feet two-stepping kind of shit?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
It's the
Gotcha.
crazy foot thing.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so, like, I jumped in with these crazy kids, and they gotta be like 20. It was 18 and up. Like, you could go if you're 18 and up.
There was a
Okay,
bunch of
so
people doing that leg shit in the
Mhm.
club.
like, yeah, but they were like the best I've ever seen, Harrison. And I just like jump in a circle with these guys and I just start dancing with all these kids. And like when I'm done, one of the guys is like, dude, I don't know where you came from, but I like your moves. Like,
But you're the
what?
best dancer I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm just a ridiculous computer nerd that doesn't care what people think.
Adam,
Like,
Adam,
that's
I have a spot behind Too Short. We need some male backup go-go dancers if you want to bring that energy. You know what I mean? The
if it's
shuffle.
EDM, I'll go dance with you. At the We Belong Here Music Festival, they came up on the platform and they asked me to move, and I said no. And so they danced with me there, and then at our birthday party, we had them on our platform too, and same thing. Like, I'm not moving, I'm busy. So it was good. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I had a really great time, and then went home and got up in the morning, went to the gym and went to the hotel, got up in the morning, went to the gym, and then worked on my book all day. So it was really cool. I think one of the best parts about Hawaii is the time zone. And that means, like, it's 3 o'clock Eastern right now, but it's 9 in the morning here. And so I got up at 7 and did what I needed to do for work. But by the time I eat breakfast, like, everyone's almost done for the day. So I literally can spend my whole day doing creative work. And to celebrate 5,000 followers on Twitter, which I just hit, I posted and asked people, what they would like me to teach. And I'm in this incredible place, my favorite place. And I'm just going to spend the next few days, like, literally, I'm going to finish my book thing today, and then I'm going to spend the next few days literally just recording and teaching all the things that people asked me to teach. And the questions were amazing. It wasn't just, calls. It was, how do you grow a team, and how do you market SaaS, and what's the strategy for all these different things? And, like, if you were in your 20s, what would you be doing? And just a lot of really thoughtful questions, mostly from people I've never met in person that just followed me on Twitter and started interacting with me. So, sorry, I refuse to call it X. It's just never happening.
I agree. I have questions about the book. Can I ask you questions about your new book? I'm very excited for you. First of all, book of the year last year by you. So I'm very proud of your last one. I'm excited to see what you're going to do to top that. So how does the new book compare to the old one?
Great question. So the new book is actually quite a bit shorter on purpose. And it's more focused on the buy side of pay-per-call. And it's not targeted necessarily at giant call centers, but they will use it to train their management staff, no doubt about it. And it's mostly targeted at mid-size call buyers, regional businesses that would buy calls. Maybe you're a pest control company on the Eastern Seaboard and you have 22 locations. or you're an insurance agency that has 12 offices, that type of thing. And so the first book was more so for our industry, the publishers, the sellers, the marketers. The second one is more so how to scale any business that sells or sets appointments over the phone, which is an incredibly large market. And this book is actually, I mean, the people who will read it will make money with it, billions of dollars, most likely. But this is actually a gift to Ringba's customers. It is not a book that's written. We make $0 on the books, by the way. They're like a sinkhole. Like they chew through more cash than Josh. It's ridiculous.
He got me.
Wait. Who took the private jet to Hawaii? I forget who. Okay, go on.
I mean, I didn't pay for that.
Josh pay for that? What's going on?
Yeah.
That was a perk. That was a trade perk.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Harrison just gave me the plane. I didn't write any checks, just to be clear. So the book is actually a gift to Ringba's customers. And the reason for that is the number one question I get asked is, how do I find more call buyers? And most people want the nationwide call buyers that can take, any state or whatever. But the real money, the higher margin money, is as you move down the value chain, right? The nationwide large scale insurance buyer, let's just say, or pest control buyer, they have a much larger market that they control. So their pricing and their branding is better. So their pricing per call is going to be lower. They're going to pay less per call. And they're going to be a lot more difficult to work with in certain ways because they control everything. The publishers are disposable to them, right? To most of them. Some of them treat publishers really well, but for the most part, that's kind of how they think. No disrespect to the big call centers. It's just simply the business. If I owned a gigantic call center selling pest control and controlled the market, I too would be a dick. So it's just the way of the jungle. As you move down the value chain to, let's say, state size or regional size vendors, they're going to pay more for those phone calls because they're more targeted. And then as you move down into the local city metropolitan area ones, they're going to pay even more. Now, there are challenges with those too. They don't understand the business as well. They, may have more payment issues. Who knows? Like different problems. But most affiliates and call sellers and people in our industry cannot run a large-scale business development operation to recruit 85 insurance offices to sell calls to. No disrespect to our people, but come on. That's not their business. You got to hire a whole bunch of people to manage all those accounts and deal with all that. And that's not what our people want to do. So this book is a gift to them because we are going to market the book to those companies. When those companies read the book, they're going to be drawn into the Ringba ecosystem as clients, as exchange buyers, as all kinds of things. They'll show up at the trade shows. And what that does is it brings the businesses that our customers want to work with to them without them having to do anything. And that, to me, I thought was the coolest gift that we could give to our customers, is to expand the market for them so that they can go out and grow their businesses. And that was the master plan. It's actually to grow the industry in general. But I don't think most people will see it, right? And so I'm glad you asked the question.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I mean, I'm looking forward to reading it. And your last one was great. I loved your personal experiences in the last one. Are you going to put a lot of personal into this one too?
Yeah, you have to. So if I just gave people a clinical book that was here are the answers, they wouldn't read it. They had, just like any great book or great movie or whatever, you have to emotionally connect with the people paying attention or reading it. And if you don't, then they're not going to watch it. And so it's like a documentary. Some are incredible and they're captivating and gripping, and you watch them and they have great information. And then some of them have great information, but they're so bad at delivering the information that like you really gotta wanna learn it to watch it. And so it's almost like the difference between a college textbook that's dense and boring that you have to be a psychopath to want to read, um, and like a really great business book that was written by a business person that talks about their failures and their stories and things like that. So yeah, there's a bunch of that in there. And I failed a lot, so I got piles of the content.
Does the book have a name, Adam?
We have a working title yet, but I don't actually like it. In fact,
you're not going to go with
about,
what I suggested like months ago.
That's the working title right now, but it's not. I don't think that works for the audience that needs to read it. So I'm actually curious, the people who watch the pod, if you watch this and you have book title ideas for what I just described, comment it, DM me, tweet Josh. I don't know, whatever. And I would love to hear some people's thoughts about it, because the better the title is, the more it makes sense to the people who might want to read it, the more people will come into the industry. And so if you help me with this, we actually help everybody.
Okay, so ring around no collar is my suggestion for you, since you're not wearing a shirt.
See, you beat me to it. I was just about to ask ChatGPT to come up with some creative pay per call shirtless related names.
My last episode was when ChatGPT just came out, by the way, and the whole episode we were talking about writing in ChatGPT, just for a little nostalgia there. That was the big boom of ChatGPT, was my only episode with you guys, and now here we are dipping into ChatGPT again.
Yes.
Got fired for writing everything in ChatGPT, so we had to have a talk.
Oh, here we go, guys. Okay.
Are you an AI? Are you an AI version of Adam?
I got you. I got you, Adam. Here we go. No shirt.
Darren, it's called AY, not AI.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No shirt. All sales. The wild world of pay per call. Shirtless and dialed in, my life in pay-per-call marketing. Ringing riches, how I made a fortune without ever putting on a shirt. Hot leads, cold calls.
I like that one.
Hot leads, cold calls, no shirt. There's a lot more, but I'll spare you the details.
That one that Harrison just like, that might be the best book title ever.
Here we go.
So absurd.
Getting a little better now. Skin in the game, pay-per call, the way nature intended. Topless funnels, turning calls into cash. Bare-chested, bare-boned, bankrolled, a pay-per-call memoir. That's pretty good. I like that one a lot. Cool. Getting the train back on the rails here. Darren, Adam just walked us through all the stuff going on in pay-per-call, what have you, especially related to his new book coming up. You've been around for a while. Anyone who watched your last appearance on the show, probably almost 2 years ago now, knows you've been, you're an OG in the space. You've been in many different areas of the industry. What are like some of the old school marketing tactics that you used back in the day to really get ahead of the rest of the industry, and how do those compare to what you're seeing killing it now?
That's a great question, Josh. I love. Was that AI that wrote that out for you?
That was us having a phone call 2 days ago and kind of brainstorming about it. Yeah,
I like that one.
Yeah.
All right. So going back to the origins of where this all started from, which was like around 96, 97 when I got in. Basically, we were all still trying to figure out how to convert traffic. And one of the first methods of conversion was to actually own your own offer, which today is a little different than what people are used to, because as you know, a lot of networks carry offers. Nobody really owns their own offer. So I think back in the early days, everybody would buy the content for their sites. Back then, it was primarily adult in nature. So you didn't even have to be a pornographer to capitalize on the only thing making money on the internet back then, which sex sells, and that's where everybody went. So what they would do is they would own the content. They'd make sure that everything is legal and above board with the 2257 licensing, because you have to have a model release and all that good stuff and a contract. But once you own the content, what they would do is charge about $30 a month. And affiliate programs, if you got an affiliate, would pay out the first month up front, or maybe sweeten the pot by giving the first month plus an extra little bit, which was really cool. Or they would do a rev share, like a 50-50 rev share model. But back in the day, I think it's nowhere near where it is today, because today now you have all these people doing 100 million plus a year, where back in the early days, you might have had like a handful of guys that were doing that because the traffic just wasn't there yet, and monetization the way that we're doing it today. Email was always around. That was a big part of it. SMS didn't exist. And if you did SMS for adult back then, you'd probably get busted, because why would you send pornography to somebody's cell phone? So that was not in style at all then. But emails will always be in, just like today. And people owning their own offers were very common back then. And there were lots of little tricks. But another parallel I see today is how you see a lot of guys starting their own communities on School and other platforms. And they're crushing it. They're doing great. I've seen a bunch of them. Carlos Corona has his. He's charging like 97 a month, and he drops all these gems and gives all the great advice. I've seen Adam there, and there's a new model right now for marketers. I feel like if you're in the marketing game and it's kind of like the OnlyFans for marketers nowadays, right? I mean, you could literally just teach anything and grow a community and be the expert, but having that pay site model dated back to the very origins of where this all started. So it's fun to watch how something that started the internet is kind of coming back in style, and how people are monetizing it.
Guys, what if we open a community and charge double if I teach the lessons without the shirt?
Like 2 subscription plans. It's like if you want to tier up, you get access to the shirtless content and the Discord.
Exactly.
I think if it was a one-on-one upsell, I think you'd have a lot of customers for that.
Oh, you think people are going to pay $30,000 an hour to talk to me with the shirt off?
One-on-one. I don't know. Let's start a community and find out. Let's do it.
Harrison and Adam, you guys likewise have been in the game very long time. Did you guys ever run adult offers or adult traffic at any point?
I ran adult dating. So like I did a good amount of traffic on like Adult Friend Finder, Fling, and some other ones. But to be honest, I tried, and dude, it was just such a competitive market by the time that I got into this industry. It was like I never made money. I definitely remember being at a trade show, and I met D Cash, who ran Neutral Offers too.
D Cash? Is he D Money's like arch nemesis? D Cash?
Yeah, he was a friend of mine back then, and he threw a big yacht party that a lot of people went to. I don't know if you were at that one.
I was like 14. I don't think I was, but I remember they were like, "We don't care that you're young. Here, dude. I was the Four Seasons in San Francisco. They sat me down in their suite. They're like, yeah, here, look. All you got to do is all these people need to do. This is like the Wild West of like adult offers, because it was like, yeah, this consumer pays like $1, and we'll pay you like 241. It was like it was insane. They're like $150 CPA, cost to consumer 99 cents. And I'm like, what? So the first thing I do is I go and sign up. I'm like, I gotta see this. This is crazy. And I sign up. When I press go, like subscribe, whatever, I get hit with like 10 of those dollar charges. And what they essentially did was like bundle it. And I signed up to 10 sites I had never heard of, all with like a rebill of like 8641. And all the numbers were weird, like 6111. 1941, like the numbers are just weird, and like literally it took me like days to cancel all of them, and I was like, okay. And then I tried, couldn't make any money. Also, like I didn't really have the hookup on like adult traffic, so like I wasn't really gonna run it on Facebook. So
well, that was when the cross sells were born, and that's kind of what caved in the industry, especially with Visa.
Killed everyone in the long run. They got greedy.
It did. People got greedy. So Adam, I don't know if you're familiar with how they did that back then, but you would join a site, and then it would pre-check you for these other sites, and you wouldn't even notice that it was pre-checked. So you'd be
a lifestyle program. It's a lifestyle program.
Right.
That's what they used to call it. I remember. Because someone said to me, I didn't run adult like this. I saw it. I only ran similar to what Harrison did. I did Amateur Match. I did Fling, Adult Friend Finder, and then a lot of dating that was like tiered down, like singles net, that type of thing. But never any like adult. But I remember exactly this. I was at a trade show and someone said to me, like, "Hey, I know you're a big amateur match affiliate right now. Do you want to run this offer? It pays out really well, and it has, a lifestyle program." And I was like, "What do you mean a lifestyle program?" And then I went and saw and was like, "Oh, no, 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 no. I don't care what this pays. I am not promoting this."
Yeah, lifestyle was always the key word in adult for swingers. So I don't know if you were being recruited for a swinger program, maybe?
No. Well, I mean, maybe now.
With the shirt off, I mean, maybe. I don't know. That's funny. So it was a different day of marketing, and Harrison, I feel your pain with those cross sells, and that's literally the bad actors in the industry that kind of made things really difficult on the legit businesses, because everybody trying to do their own pay sites were affected with the credit card processors because of the high chargeback ratios of those bad actors. And then Visa
this made adult go from high risk to like suicidally high risk,
right.
Like just not. If that, like it went from high risk to, high risk was considered what, over 1% chargebacks, I think is considered high risk. I mean, if you're doing that type of cross sell, you're going to be at 15, maybe more, honestly. Yeah. And there's no way to save that except by getting more dollar subscriptions. It's like a race to death, essentially.
Yeah. I had a partnership at the time that Visa stepped in and had to regulate things a little bit more and had a different model for the adult sites. But I was about to release a site with Ice-T at the time, who hosted my first events with me. And it was going to be pimpordie.com was the name. Are you out?
Adam's out. Peace out, Adam.
I was going to do an Irish exit, but you called me out. Yeah, I got to go, guys.
I saw it. You can do the Irish jig on the way out since you like to. Let's do the Irish
jig. I got a shuffle lesson.
Can you show us a shuffle? Can we see it?
Google it. Like, why? I can't shuffle yet.
You're right
I'll show
there.
You do it.
Come on, man. Give me a shuffle.
He's not wearing any pants, Darren. Calm down.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Definitely not. All right. Bye.
All right. See ya. That's funny.
Darren, sorry that you got, or you stopped talking. I don't know if you got cut off. Do you want to finish your thought?
Website. What was
I
the name
almost
again?
released a website with Ice-T back then that would have been adult in nature. But it was kind of stopped at the time of the cross sells because Visa. It was much harder to get your credit card merchant account at the time. So anyway, just some OG stories with my man Ice-T right there.
Well, that's the reason. That's the reason why those legacy adult processors like CC Bill and there's a couple other ones like existed and still exist because they were able to kind of keep people following the rules, and you couldn't do that if you use their processing, or at least I think. So.
Yeah, and I had Paycom as my client back then, and now they're this huge company that you see commercials for. But back then it was Epic. Remember Epic Systems? And they had ePassport for a little bit that ended up screwing up the industry for a little bit. But yeah, it was a different landscape back then. And I had Too Short. We did a site together called pimpandho.com because I had the domain and I wanted to see how many type-ins I would get for that song on a Jive Records album. So if you want to go look it up on Spotify, pimpandho.com, I wrote most of the song with my friend Whitey Cracker. And he rapped.
Dude, I remember YT Cracker. That's like internet nerd rap. That's hilarious. I haven't thought about YT Cracker in a long time. I'm typing this in my phone right now.
So he protects Amazon right now. He's their head of like security for like the Ring doorbell and they just set him up. And by the way, he was a consultant on The Accountant 2 that just came out because they have a scene with hackers, and he's a notorious hacker, and he's very big in the hacking community. So he actually consulted the new movie Accountant 2. So I wrote the song for that guy.
And doesn't he have a Deadmau5 remix on one of Deadmau5's albums?
Yeah, so he's buddies with Deadmau5, and he performs with him on stage at a lot of these big shows. And yeah, they did a song together. You could look it up. It's actually an old song of Whitey Cracker, and Deadmau5 became a fan. They friended up, and then Deadmau5 said, "I want to remix your song." So he literally took an old track of Whitey Cracker and made it a Deadmau5 track.
What year did you get into adult? Do you remember?
It was about 97.
Okay, so Harrison was 5 years old. I just wanted to make sure I was on
Was.
the same page there. I mean, I was 7, so I wasn't much older, but as you can see, Darren, he's been around. He knows the ins and outs of this space. Speaking of the ins and outs, this just not going to work. I was trying. Tell us about your upcoming. Yeah. Speaking of going in and out, tell us about your upcoming event in New York City. We got Affiliate Summit East coming up in the beginning of August. I believe your party, you told me, is on your event. Let's call it what it is, a networking event. And it's a party. It's on the first night, I believe, August 4th. You can confirm or deny that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about it, who you got, in case anyone hasn't, heard already, and who should come and what they can really take advantage of there. Wow, we got the hat switch. I don't know, that was a little much. It was a little much.
Obvious?
No, it's cool. It was subtle, but I like it. Go ahead.
Okay,
No, you gotta go back, dude.
Wear many hats.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go back to promo mode. There we go. All right. Well, I was trying to segue before with the whole Too Short plug I got with that whole Pimp and Hoe, because Too Short is going to be our performing artist. So we're going to kind of take it back to the origins of hip hop and rap. And Too Short never went out of style. People copy him today, like Saweetie took his beat, and Tap In is a big song. So yeah, Too Short's hot. I mean, he's blowing up still. Like, he just doesn't go out of style. What did you say, Harrison?
I said he's one of the best, so he'll be hot forever.
Yeah, he will be.
By the way, I just realized you switched hats.
That's what we were just talking about. You clearly were putting out a fire.
I was doing something, but I heard it, but I didn't see it, and now I'm seeing. Sorry, guys. I was cleaning
up. Very slick about it. It actually.
I didn't.
Maybe you'll get Harrison Maybe you'll get Harrison to come to the party for Too Short. Who knows, dude? Crazier things have happened.
Wait. Okay. Can you get me like a way that I don't have to walk through a crowd?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I have another level downstairs, which is my backstage. It has a separate staircase. And if you hit me up directly, I will personally escort you up. You'll get to meet Too Short with me, because that technically will be his green room. So I'll bring you up through the green room. If you
Harrison, just so you know, I've been trying to meet the artists at Darren's party for years now, and it never happens. Okay, so if you get
and
this
I didn't even ask. I'm just like, hey, can I?
I'm always like, yo, dude. He's like, where were you? We just did it. I don't know. I always miss it somehow.
Had you been with Harrison, I would have.
Josh, we'll hold hands.
Yeah.
Okay?
So
we'll do it.
Affiliate Ball, New York City, early August.
Which night is it? Is it the first night of the con? Is it the second
night? First night.
So Affiliate Summit's the 4th and the 5th, right? So we all know that on the 5th, a lot of people end up just taking a flight home. So it makes no sense to throw a party on that night. So I go for the night that everybody's there. It's going to be the big night. And we have the mailer meetup right beforehand downstairs with 200 of the biggest email marketers. So right when the doors open, we'll have 200 big email marketers already in the room. And then we have room for another probably 1,200 more people. So yeah, I'm expecting a full house. It's going to be great. Too Short's going to do a 45-minute set, which is a very long one for Too Short.
That's long for the Affiliate Ball in general, I feel like.
It is. They usually give us like 25 minutes to 30 minutes.
Why don't you tell everyone your history? I know you said pimpandhose.com, but you and your brother have been friends with Too Short for decades, right? He's like a homie of yours, like legitimately.
Yeah, we're good friends. He's actually going to come in for my hold on, let me set this up right. For my D-Money show. Yeah, he's going to be on my D-Money show this week. He's coming to the studio to shoot. So I booked him in the year 2000 in New Orleans. And when he met us, all he knew was it was there was a football game that weekend in New Orleans. That's like a big, like the black universities are playing each other. He thought that, when he heard a couple of brothers were throwing the event, he thought that we were black. So So he heard it was the Players Ball. It's a pimp and hoe event. He's down with like all the real pimps. He shows up and sees a room full of white guys dressed in pimp outfits and a whole bunch of hoes that were like cam models and stuff. But anyway, he loved it from the start and wanted to be down ever since. So then we teamed up, did a bunch of projects together over the years. Like we did ringtone deals together back in the day. We've done the Playboy Mansion together, private parties. He's done my events.
If only Harrison was like 10 years older, dude, he would have thrived at those parties at that time in his life.
Really never done parties, dude. Never done parties, dude. I would have said this though, dude. But if I was 10 years older, I would have made so much money on the internet. Like it is just like I've done okay. But like
but you could have made that much more.
But like I literally just my blood pressure, like I just felt my heart hurt a little bit. Like I felt my stomach sink. Cause like, okay, I was running ringtones like as an affiliate, but like if I had been in, let me just put it this way. If I'd gotten in like 2 years earlier, I would have, without getting in trouble, been allowed to use the word free.
Yeah.
And like, dude, that's crazy. So, not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying, but
So Too Short goes to the event, and that was the beginning of a lifelong friendship.
It was. I mean, when he got to see the crowd dressed as, it was a costume event. It was a different landscape back then. Nowadays, it wouldn't be appropriate to throw a pimp and hoe style costume event. But back then, there was this big, it was cool. Like people, even like later on, 50 Cent with the PIMP song and then Snoop made it cool. So back then, it was a different thing. So like he thought we were cool, wanted to hang out more and learn more about it. So then I just had him keep coming back and back and back. And like I said, we've done over 15 or so, probably more than that, events of just Players Ball. He's done one affiliate ball years ago. I had Be Real on that one from Cypress Hill. That was a long time ago. So I figured, that was over a decade ago he did an affiliate ball. It's time to bring him back. And, he's going to give us a great show. So I'm super pumped. My brother had a podcast with him. Your Uncle Kevin had a podcast with Too Short called it was called Blow the Whistle. So you guys could find that online, actually. It was a great, very funny podcast with good guests.
Maybe we should get Uncle Kevin on the affiliate marketing show just because it would be great content.
It would be great content, but you need like a filter button. You need like a mute button.
I mean, dude, YouTube is going to punish us for the amount of times that you said pimps and hoes.
Yeah, we're done
with this podcast.
We're getting
we
canceled.
Get like 4 views. I'm gonna be impressed. Literally, as you said it, I was like thinking, because I listened to some podcasts.
And then you just repeated it, so you added another.
No, I mark these all as explicit just in case, so we should be good. Darren, one more thing I want to ask you before we let you get out of here. I know you mentioned it earlier, like some masterminds, right? Can you kind of elaborate on what those are, when they are, what they're going to cover, and how people can get involved?
Great. Actually, I have one. It's a little premature to give all the details. But yeah, my partner with my AFI awards, I partnered in with Lead Generation World with Mike Furry. Lead Generation World and Contact.io, we're partners on a new one called AFI Mastermind. So we're going to release our first AFI Mastermind pretty soon, probably within the next month. And the first topic will be buying ads, like Facebook ads, Instagram ads with one of the experts in the game who really knows all the little tips and tricks, and he has his own mastermind stuff. I'm not going to mention any names yet. I'm going to keep you all guessing until it's time. But we are about to ink the deal and get that one done. And hopefully, if all goes well, we'll be releasing it in about a month. Or actually, we'll be taking orders for it in about a week. But it'll be released in about a month if all goes well. So that's AFI Mastermind teamed up with Lead Generation World, Contact.io, AFI Awards, AFI Expo, all of us. It's going to be huge. So that'll be like $1,000 mastermind for like, a 90-minute session with an expert. And I hope to do more of those. But also there's the AFI Awards. We have a new location and a new date. A lot of people are asking me, is it going to be in New York? It's not going to be in New York this time. Last year we did one in New York. This time it's going to be at Lead Generation World. So on January 4th, we're bringing back the AFI Awards, and that's going to be at the new Gaylord Resort, which is a $1 billion resort, the most expensive resort in the country and one of the most expensive in the world. So we have an amazing ballroom there, and we're going to blow people away. It's going to be a formal event. I'm sure Adam's new book will be up for an award, just like the last time. And I'm sure your podcast is going to be up for an award as well. I'm sure Ringba's going to be up for some awards. So I'm really looking forward to that one. So AFIAwards.com, if you guys want to start nominating people, just go to AFIAwards.com. And when you guys get your badge for Lead Generation World, it's actually there as an option to add a ticket for the event, or you can buy just a ticket for the award show. If you're one of those guys that just doesn't want to pay for a badge, which shame on you. It's the best trade show out there. Go to Lead Generation World.
Yeah, and make sure you check out affiliateball.com if you're going to be in New York City to register. Make sure you get in the door for that event. OfferVault, a proud sponsor per usual. Myself, Josh from OfferVault, Daddy Callbucks, Adam Young, the shirtless stud, the industry legend Harrison Gevirtz, and our returning friend of the pod, my uncle, you know him, you love him, the founder of the Affiliate Ball, AFI Awards, D-Money Show. What does this guy not do? Let's make that paper. Let's make that dough. This was the Affiliate Marketing Show. We will see you next time.